Hello mga kawawmat, in this video we are going to represent real-life situation using exponential function. An exponential function with base b is a function of the form f of x is equal to b raised to x or y is equal to b raised to x, where b is greater than 0 and b should not be equal to 1. So bakit hindi siya pwede maging equal sa 1? Kasi once the base is 1 and any value of x na isubstitute nyo kay x, still the answer is 1. So magiging constant na yung function natin at hindi na siya exponential function. Magiging constant function na siya. Again, yung b dapat natin o yung base natin greater than siya sa 0 at dapat hindi siya equal sa 1. Okay, examples of exponential function. We have f of x is equal to 6 raised to x. F of x is equal to 16 raised to x. And f of x is equal to 3 raised to x plus 1. So, sa unang example, yung base natin that is 6. And this is exponential function. Bakit? Yung base natin ay greater than 0 and then hindi siya equal sa 1. And sa pangalawang function natin, the base is 16. Sa pangatlong function natin, the base is 3. Ito naman yung mga halimbawa ng hindi exponential function. So, f of x is equal to x cubed. Bakit hindi siya exponential function? Because yung base natin is variable. So, hindi siya exponential function. F of x is equal to 1 raised to x. So, since yung base natin is 1, therefore, hindi siya exponential function. F of x is equal to x raised to x. This is also not exponential function. Bakit? Yung base natin ay variable. Okay, bakit hindi pwede maging negative numbers yung base natin? For example, meron tayong base na negative 4 and yung exponent natin is 1/2. We try to evaluate this. So, negative 4 raised to 1/2, kapag in-evaluate natin negative 4 raised to 1/2, the answer is square root of negative 4. At hindi pwede yung negative 4 inside of radicand, di ba? So therefore, kailangan talaga tandaan natin na ang base natin dito ay greater than 0 and dapat hindi siya equal sa 1. Ibig sabihin nun, pwede ka magkaroon ng base na 1/2, 1/3, hindi pwedeng 1 ang magiging base mo. Greater than 0 but not equal to 1. Okay, complete a table of values for x is equal to negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we have a given function here and then we substitute the given values in. So I try to construct a table of values using the given values of x. Okay. So we have negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. Now, okay, we have first function y is equal to 1/3 raised to x. This is exponential. Why? Because 1/3 is greater than 0 at yung base natin ay hindi equal sa 1. So therefore, y is equal to 1/3 is raised to x and this is exponential function. So, ang gagawin lang natin, substitute lang natin si negative 3 in our x. So, kapag ang exponent natin ay negative numbers, so gagawin nyo lang, reciprocal lang nito, kunin nyo lang yung reciprocal nito. So, magiging ano yan? 3/1. So, 3 raised to 3, that is 27. So, same process kay negative 2. So, since ang exponent natin ay negative, so, kunin nyo lang ulit yung reciprocal and then that will become 3 squared and the answer is 9. So, 3 raised to negative, 1/3 raised to negative 1, get the reciprocal, and 3 raised to 1, that is 1. So, kinuha natin yung reciprocal para maging positive yung exponent natin. Next, 1/3 raised to 0, that is 1. So, any number raised to 0, the answer is 1. 1/3 raised to 1, that is 1/3. 1/3 raised to 2, that is 1/9. Because 1 times 1, that is 1. 3 times 3, that is 9. And 1/3 raised to 3, that is 1 over 27. So the second function that we have is y is equal to 10 raised to x. So y is equal to 10 raised to x. So substitute lang natin yung mga values ng x natin. 10 raised to negative 3. So that is 1 over 1,000. Bakit? Since negative yung exponent natin, kunin natin yung reciprocal nito, that will become 1 over 10 raised to negative 10 raised to 3. Since ginuha na natin yung reciprocal, so that will become 1 raised to 10, 1 over 10 raised to 3. Kaya naging 1 over 1,000. Same process sa negative 2. That will become 1 over 100. Kay negative 1, that is 1 over 10. So 10 raised to 0, that answer is 1. 10 raised to 1, 10. 10 raised to 2, or 10 squared is 100. 10 cubed is 1,000. And the last function that we have is y is equal to 0.8 raised to x. So 0.8 is greater than 0, and not equal to 1. So therefore, y is equal to 0.8 raised to x is an exponential function. So substitute lang natin yung mga given values ng x. So kapag sinubstitute natin, you can use your scientific calculator to check the answer. So 0.8 raised to negative 2, the answer is 1.5625. And then 0.8 raised to negative 1, so since negative yan, reciprocal niya yan, so the answer is 1.25. 0.8 raised to 0, the answer is 1. And 0.8 raised to 1, that is 0.8. 0.8 raised to 2, that is 0.64. 0.8 raised to 3, that is 0.512. So you can check this using your calculator. Later, may gagamit tayo ng calculator to evaluate and to check our answer. So, dapat tapusin nyo yung video na to dahil may ibibigay akong app sa inyo or para makatulong, no, kapag wala kayong scientific calculator. For example number 2, we have f of x is equal to 3 raised to x. Evaluate f of 2, f of negative 2, f of 1/2, and f of 0.4. So, ang gagawin lang natin, papalitan natin yung x natin ng mga given values na to, ng 2, negative 2, 1/2, 0.4. So, if our x is 2, so f of 2, that will become 3 squared. So, 3 squared, that is equal to 9. So, f of negative 2, so magiging 3 raised to negative 2 since negative yung exponent natin. Get the reciprocal, so that will become 1 over 3 squared. And 1 over 3 squared, that is 1 over 9. Next, f of 1/2, 3 raised to 1/2. So, pag in-evaluate natin to, it will become square root of 3. Another, we have f of 0.4, so that will become 3 raised to 0.4. Is equal to 3 raised to 2 over 5. Why 2 over 5? Kapag kinonvert natin itong 0.4 sa decimal, so that will become 4 over 10. So, get the lowest term of 4 over 10, that is 2 over 5. And then, kapag in-evaluate natin yung 3 raised to 2 over 5, that will become 5th root of 3 squared. And it will become 5th root of 9. Okay. The most common application in real life of exponential function and their transformation are population growth, exponential decay, and compound interest. So, ito yung real life application ng exponential function. So, isa-isahin natin yan. Exponential models and population growth suppose a quantity y doubles every t units of time. If y sub 0 is the initial amount, then the quantity y after t units of time is given by y is equal to y sub 0 times 2 y2. So, yung 2 dito is nakadepende dun sa given. Since doubles yan, so kaya 2 yan. Tatandaan natin yung y sub 0, that is the initial amount, raised to t over t. So, yung capital letter t, that is the units of time. For example, let t is equal to time in days at t is equal to 0. There were initially 20 bacteria. Suppose that the bacteria double every 100 hours. Give an exponential model for the bacteria as a function of t. Initially, at t is equal to 0, so the number of bacteria is 20. At the start, so yung number ng bacteria is 20, and then magdo-double siya o dodoble siya in every 100 hours. So pagdating ng 100 hours, so yung bacteria number of bacteria na is 40 because 20 times to that is 40. So pagdating ng 200 hours, dodoble na naman yung 40 na yun, so magiging 80 na. So 2 squared, that is 4, times 2, that is 80. After 300 hours, so dodoble naman yung 80 na yon, at that will become 160. So kapag sinimplify na 2 raised to 3, that is 8 times 20, that is 160. And then after 400 hours, this is now 160 yun kanina, so kung that is 320 na after 400 hours. So 400 hours. 2 raised to 4 is 16 times 20, that is 320. Or in this situation, we can represent using the exponential model, y is equal to 20 times 2 raised to t over 100. So again, saan nakuha yung 20? That is the initial number of bacteria. Ito yon. And then yung 2 nakuha natin because the given is double. And then yung 100 nakuha natin, this is the unit of time. So ang unit of time natin dito is 100 hours. So if we can check, no, pag chinek natin, let's say check natin yung 100. So 100 divided 100, so that is 1. 2 raised to 1 is 2 times 20, that's still 40. Okay, so this is now the exponential model for this situation. I'll give you another. Okay, for another example, at time t is equal to 0, 500 bacteria are in petri dish and this amount triples every 15 days. So we're going to answer these questions. Give an exponential models for the situation. How many bacteria are in the dish after 40 days? So using the exponential model kanina, so we're going to identify the following. So una yung y sub 0. Ano ulit yung y sub 0? That is the initial amount or the initial number. So ano ba yung initial amount natin dyan? So that is 500. So therefore, y sub 0, papalitan natin siya ng 500. Next, yung capital letter T, that is the unit of time. So ano ba yung units of time natin dyan? So that is 15 days. So therefore, that is 15. So papalitan natin to ng 15. So we can represent our exponential model in this situation by y is equal to 500 times 3. Bakit 3? Because of the word triples. Okay? Raised to t over 15. So we can answer now the letter B question. How many bacteria in the dish after 40 days? So after 40 days, so what we're going to do is simply substitute on the exponential models that we have. So 500 times 3 raised to 40 over 50, that is 9,360. So that is equivalent for 9,360. Why? We're going to round up our answer into whole number. Kasi ang kinukuha natin is number of bacteria. Therefore, there will be 9,360 bacteria after 40 days. Or using your scientific calculator, you can use your scientific calculator to uh, check your answer. At saka mas madali i-check yung sagot kasi pag minanual nyo to, mahihirapan pa kayo. You can check using your calculator. So, sa, ano lang natin, input lang natin yung data, 500, open parenthesis, that is 3, close, tapos pindot yung pang exponent, and then yung fraction var, that is 40, then itong down arrow na to over 15. So we can check our answer kung tama. Okay, the answer is 9,360. Okay, thank you sa Casio dahil na-download ko yung emulator nila. So kakapanood ko ng seminar nila. So another application of exponential function is the half-life decay. So the half-life decay of a radioactive substance, it takes for half of the substance to decay. Exponential function and half-life, if the half-life of a substance is t units and y sub 0 is the amount of the substance corresponding to t is equal to 0, then the amount y of substance remaining after t units of time is given by y is equal to y sub 0 times 1 half raised to t over t or the unit of time. So, as you can see, parang same lang siya kanina sa example natin, no? Sa population growth. Pinagkaiba lang dito 1 half na because of the half-life. Okay, for example, suppose that the half-life of a certain radioactive substance is 10 days and there are 10 grams initially. Determine the amount of substance remaining after 30 days. Okay, so let's have first a representation in a certain time, no? So, at the start, the amount of substance is 10 grams. So, mag-half-life siya, no? Nag-half siya after 10 days, every 10 days. So in 10 days, so 5 grams na lang siya. So, after 20 days, so 5 grams siya, so mahati naman siya, so that will become 2.5 grams. And after 30 days, so mahati ulit, and that will become 1.25 grams. So therefore, the amount of substance remaining after 30 days is 1.25 grams. So in this situation, we can represent using exponential model by y is equal to 10. Again, 10, that is the initial amount or initial number, times 1 half. 1 half because of half-life, raised to t over 10. And 10 is the unit of time. That is the 10 days, no, from the given. So another example, the half-life of a substance is 400 years. Give an exponential model for the situation. How much will remain after 600 years if the initial amount was 200 grams? So ano yung initial amount natin dito? 200 grams. And then, what is the unit of time? 400 years. So 400 years yung unit of time natin dyan. So using this exponential model, so y is equal to 200 times 1 half raised to t over 400. So again, 200, that is the initial amount. 1 half because of half-life. 400 because that is the unit of time, 400 years. So, kukunin daw natin yung remaining number of substance, so after 600 years. So, t is equal to 600, substitute lang natin sa exponential model natin na y is equal to 200 times 1 half raised to t over 400, and that will become y is equal to 200 times 1 half raised to 600 over 400, that is equivalent to 70.71 grams. Okay? You can use your calculator. Okay? So, again, pwede natin gamitin ulit yung calculator natin. So, that is, tingnan natin. So, we have 200, then, open parenthesis of fraction, lagay nyo 1, and then down arrow, that is 2, then close parenthesis, and then ito, pang exponent natin. So, lagay tayo ng fraction bar, and that is 600. Okay, down, that is 400. So, equal, so that is 70.71 grams. Okay, another application of exponential models is, exponential function rather, is the compound interest. A starting amount of money called the principal can be invested at a certain interest rate that is earned at the end of a given period of time, such as 1 year. If the interest rate is compounded, the interest earned at the end of the period is added the principal, and this new amount will earn interest in the next period of time. The same process is repeated for each succeeding period. Interest previously earned will also earn interest in the next period. So by using this, exponential model, we have P as the principal amount, and R is the annual rate, and T is the time, the amount after time years is given. So we can use this exponential model for compound interest. For example, Mrs. De La Cruz invested 100,000 in a company that offers 6% interest compounded annually. How much will this investment be worth at the end of each year for the next 5 years? So, using the exponential model, A is equal to P times 1 plus R raised to T. So, ano yung principal amount natin dyan? That is 100,000. And the annual rate is 6%. So, kapag naka-percent yan, we need to convert into decimal. And our time, the given time is 5 years. So, what you can do is substitute all the given values in the A is equal to P times 1 plus R raised to T. So, you can use that exponential model. So, we get, this is equivalent to 133,822 pesos and 56 centavos. So, you can use again your calculator to check. Okay? So, we can use the calculator to check. So, later, meron ako ipapakita sa inyong app na pwede nyong gamitin. So, that is 100,000 times 1.06 close parenthesis, and then pindutin nyo lang to and then lagay yung 5 and then equals. So 133,822.56. So we need to round off into 2 decimal places na. Okay, next. While an exponential function may have various bases, a frequently used base is the irrational number e, whose value is approximately 2.71828. So yan yung tinatawag nating natural exponential function. Kapag yung base natin ay e, or that is approximately 2.71828. Sa calculator nyo, saan ba makikita yung natural number na yan? Okay, so makikita natin yan. So, ito, nandito siya sa iba-iba yung settings ng calculator. So, ito yon. So, paano natin makuha? So, since naka-red siya, so, i-click ko yung alpha, and then ito. And then equals. So, that is 2.71828. Okay. So, that's the value of the natural number, or yung letter E natin. Okay, I'll give you an example. A large slab of meat is taken from the refrigerator and placed in a heated oven. The temperature T of the slab T minutes after being placed in the oven is given by T is equal to 170 minus 165 e raised to negative 0.06 T degrees Celsius. Construct a table of values for the following value of T: 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and interpret your results, round up values to the nearest integer. So by using this, T is equal to 170 minus 165 e raised to negative 0.006 T. So we can substitute the value of T: 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. So you can use your calculator, okay, to check the answer. So, ang sabi dito, interpret your results. So, round off your values to the nearest answer. So, what will be our interpretation based on the result data? So, the slab of meat is increasing in temperature at roughly the same rate. Okay, dun sa mga walang scientific calculator, kung wala kayong scientific calculator sa bahay, pero meron naman kayong cellphone, pwede nyo i-download sa App Store yung Calc Business, okay, para magamit nyo kapag nag-check kayo, lalo na kapag meron kayong mga assignment or exercises na gagawin. So, ito ay malaking tulong sa inyo. So, ito yung maging itsura ng scientific calculator nyo sa cellphone. So, you can download this, Calc Business.